Those not able to get rid of the traditional notion of Shah Jahan's sponsorship of the Taj Mahal are prone to argue, even after hearing the foregoing evidence, that Shah Jahan may have taken over a ready Hindu temple palace, but he must have completely demolished it and erected a tomb. This is not true. The Taj Mahal, as we see it today, is the ancient Hindu temple palace, except for four superficial changes made in it by Shah Jahan. The first alteration he made was to dig the basement central chamber floor, and after burying Mumtaz, raise a cenotaph. The other alteration was in the central ground floor chamber. Here, two cenotaph homes were put up by Shah Jahan so that the Hindus may not reclaim the building. The third alteration made by Shah Jahan was to get Quranic extracts engraved on the walls of the Hindu palace. The fourth change he made was to have many staircases, ventilators, and chambers in the basement and upper floors, sealed with sand, brick, and lime. From this, the viewers may have noted that Shah Jahan did not make any structural change or alteration in Taj Mahal. Therefore, the viewers and the visitors to the Taj Mahal should view it as nothing more or less than an ancient Hindu temple palace complex. By mistaking it to be a Muslim tomb, visitors or readers of modern politically biased and motivated history books tend to concentrate their attention on the cenotaphs, thereby completely failing to appreciate the building in all its vastness, majesty, and grandeur. The Taj Mahal, when viewed as a temple palace complex, merits attention in the following manner. Number one, its focal octagonal marble edifice. This has at least 4 stories in the marble structure alone. In the marble floor is a central chamber surrounded by 10 chambers. The central chamber now has 2 cenotaphs, replacing the ancient Hindu peacock throne, means Mayur Singhasan, usurped by Shah Jahan. Visitors, in their haste, forget to go round the 10 chambers which surround the central cenotaph chamber. Thus, in the marble structure itself, there should be 1089 rooms in the basement, 11 on the ground floor, and 10 in the upper story, means the first floor. Since the dome rises high above the central chamber, thus there should be in all 1110 rooms in the 3 stories of the marble palace. The 4th story comprises of a single hall inside the hollow marble dome. That makes it a grand palace suite and not a one-room tomb, as many visitors imagine it to be in their hurry. Number 2, the second significant feature of the Taj Mahal is the 2-storied buildings on its right and left flanks. One of them is now mistaken to be a mosque, and the other is explained away as a superfluous counterpart. These two were edifices for the gods and for guests and religious ceremonies. Number 3. Around the marble edifice is a huge red stone paved courtyard. Under it is a huge basement containing scores of rooms. The public should ask the archaeology department to have the basement unsealed and thrown open to the public. It is likely that the sealed rooms contain some treasure as well as idols and other telltale clues to the building's Hindu origin. If a small fee is levied on visitors, the collection will easily pay for the maintenance of the cleared basement. Number 4. At the four corners of the plinth of the marble edifice are four towers, which, when lighted up at night, used to set off the building in an enchanting frame. An inner spiral staircase leads up to the top of each of the four towers. Visitors to the Taj Mahal often vehemently assert that the four marble towers at the plinth corners are definitely an Islamic concept. We wish to tell them that, far from being Islamic, those towers themselves are an important Hindu characteristic. In support, Dr. P. N. Oak quote a footnote on page 152 of Ken's handbook. It says, quote, Cunningham writes regarding this mausoleum means Humayun tomb, that in this tomb we first see towers attached to the four angles of the main building. They form an important innovation in the Mohammedan architecture of northern India, which was gradually improved and developed until it culminated in the graceful minars of the Taj Mahal. Unquote. This passage clearly says that the four pillars attached to the corners of the Humayun tomb and placed at the plinth corner of the Taj Mahal are un-Islamic innovations. In other words, they are of Hindu origin. This finds corroboration in the Hindu practice of raising four banana stumps as towers at Satyanarayana Puja altar and rising towers at the four corners of the wedding altar. The footnote also highlights the flaw in the thinking of Western scholars like Ken and Cunningham, Percy Brown and Ferguson, etc. While discussing the individual traits of the so-called mosques and tombs, they concede that they are all un-Islamic Hindu traits, and yet they blindly believe that the whole building is of Muslim origin. Visitors to the Taj Mahal in Agra and Bibi Ka Maqbara in Aurangabad and the Gol Gumbaz in Bijapur must realize that they are all misappropriated Hindu buildings and must therefore jettison the tutored and wrongly implanted notion that the four corner towers are an Islamic speciality. On the other hand, it is a Hindu speciality. In Pilani, a town in Rajasthan, the plinth of every public well has towers at its four corners. Archaeological officials, teachers and professors of history, visitors to monuments and official guides thus seem to be ignorant of the implication of Cunningham's observation, though they consider him an authority. Number 5. Enclosing the marble edifice and the garden in front is a red stone wall. As one faces the Taj Mahal, on the left hand side in the red stone wall is a multi-storied well with apartments on every story. The wall used to house the palace treasury within its rooms. This arrangement came handy for jettisoning the treasure in the well if the enemy surprised the occupants. In normal times, the treasure used to remain secure in the well from robbers or intruders who could not easily run away with the treasure from the narrow confines of the well spiral. Number 6. Along the red stone wall on the further side, opposite the marble edifice, are long arched corridors. Number 7. As we face the marble Taj Mahal, from the further side, main entrance to the garden, on the right hand side, outside the red stone wall, is a huge quadrangle of rooms. Number 8. Outside the garden is a huge quadrangle with many arched corridors and scores of rooms. This huge quadrangle used to be the reception area for royal guests arriving with huge retinues, and military contingents. It is in this quadrangle that the cavalry and infantry escort accompanying courtiers, princes, and rulers used to line up to make way for the important personage to alight from his mount and enter the towering garden entrance to proceed to the marble Taj Mahal palace. Number 9. Outside the red stone wall are many annexes for aides, secretaries, princesses, and the ruler's near relations. Number 10. In the eastern side of the red stone wall, along the river, are two huge towers containing scores of rooms in their many storage. Number 11. In the red stone outside the garden are hundreds of rooms and stables for infantrymen and their attendants. Number 12. Around this palace complex are well built rows for shop stalls, which historian Tavernier has described as the Taji Makan. Please watch the part 3. Har Har Mahadev. Thank you very much.